Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ran When Parked. This is episode 84 with your host, me, myself, and Co-Dodger, joined by Kurt J. Mack and ZK. Hi.
Not part of the Haggerty Podcast Network.
Yet. But if there's offers out there, I'm listening.
Lowest I'll go is free.
Yeah, lowest I'll go is one person from your organization watches. So, how's your purchase going there, Kurt?
My purchase, I've made.
Listen, this is still your fault, okay? Just because you aren't the person that spent the money, you are 100% responsible for this.
It's going fine. It's got a new set of wheels and tires.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
After actually, did we actually record that in the episode? How hard it was to find wheels and tires for that? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I might have mentioned it or not, but yeah, it's very difficult to find wheels, rims, but
that
then
can hold
also
bodies.
Tires. What's that?
They have to be like rated to hold bodies, right? Like it's a special
Yes.
wheel and tire.
Yes. Corpse quality.
I think those are the ones you buy on Amazon.
Yes.
ZK's
We are
rolling
still
aside.
trying to sell the casket rollers though. So.
Trying to sell the casket rollers.
What else do we do with them?
Could I like integrate them into the bed of the ramp truck somehow?
Probably.
You know, some people want to
Worst
go displayed. I need some extra money, you know. That's
So yeah, I got the new wheels and tires on to replace the old wheels, and by old I mean the ones that the previous owner put on there.
The
Which were-
Camry wheels or whatever.
Avalon.
Toyota. There were Avalon. Yeah. There were 2004 Avalon rims.
As if you could find something more boring than a Camry. Boy, howdy, they did it.
Yes. Do we have the?
Oh,
we do.
have
Okay.
that. Oh, we got
we
them.
have story time. This is the original, or this is what we bought it with. Those are the 2004 Avalon
Those are
rims.
just the least offensive designed wheel possible. Like, if there was a wheel that could be designed to be safe to put on Facebook and offend nobody, it's these wheels.
Okay, we want hubcaps, but not.
Right.
Right. So in all of my research, we discovered that the 95 Toyota Crown has abnormally large wheel hubs.
For the bodies.
For the bodies, yeah, body stability. And then the 2004 Toyota Avalon has a smaller wheel hub. It's got like a 60 millimeter to the 67. This isn't our picture, but this is what we switched to.
Right.
We ended up not buying new rims just because we found some truck tires.
Okay.
Not necessarily off-road, but they're like heavy duty and stuff. We're just
Right.
gonna run with these. To
And
save some money.
honestly, for what most people consider to be off-roading, those are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took off these, which we like just noticing. I know like the offset was way off. Like the stock
Right.
offset was like 24 millimeters, and these are like 37 or
Right.
something like
Front-wheel
that.
drive spec.
Yeah, just really didn't match and stuff like that. So I took off the wheels, and look what I found.
You found half of Advanced Auto Parts stock in wheel spacers.
Yes, 2 wheel spacers, meaning that they were literally holding on by a thread, the lug nuts, which is concerning given how much the girlfriend has driven around with these on.
It's fine.
Fine,
It's fine
it's
now
fine.
because they didn't fall off, but it's fine.
True, it's fine now because nobody died.
But did you die?
The other side was even more interesting. He
Oh.
apparently ran out of the one size,
Oh.
and then there's this like, I don't know what to call that, but it's not a wheel stud or a lug nut stud. It's just like a little like alignment stud
Yeah.
that fits in with the wheel. He first tried to hack that off because it didn't fit with this weird size spacer, but that didn't work. So he just cut the spacer.
Got the spacer.
So this both moved the wheel out far enough where he didn't have to worry about that hub bore,
Right.
but it still caused rubbing. There's still rubbing on the inside of the wheel well and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that stinks. Let's see what the rears look like. Not wheel spacers. More wheel spacers on the drums.
So I think my personal thing is like 5mm wheel spacers are acceptable. As long as you have enough thread engagement.
Right. Thread engagement. And like if you have a stock car and you're like, I want the wheels to poke out a little bit more, you can throw a cheeky 5mm spacer in there and the wheel is still like on the bore. Like it's still centered.
Yeah. Right.
But wait, there's more. Kurt, this is the end.
Oh, wait, there's more. Though thank you. There was still not enough clearance for that weird hub bore. So he took, I don't know, a file or an angle grinder to the inside of the Avalon wheel just to make sure it cleared it. Yeah, I just got a
Thank you for
sort of rodent.
Now ensuring that nobody even wants these wheels, even though nobody already wanted these wheels.
We already sold the wheels.
You're kidding me.
Yes, for dirt cheap.
Okay.
For very dirt cheap
Yeah.
to somebody who needed them. The girlfriend said this kid rolled up on like 4 spare donuts.
Oh, jeez.
So,
All
yes,
right,
this
well,
will be- yes.
yeah, it's better, I guess.
It's better.
But go back to the drum image, if you could. Like, everything's fine and dandy, and like I'm guilty of this. I run wheels that don't like sit on the hub and everything, but they're tightened with tapered lug nuts. I saw in one of those pictures that these had mag style lug nuts on them.
Yes.
Which don't center. So these
No.
wheels had 0 centering on them, basically.
And then you get into weird stuff like the bore actually is what's supporting the wheels, not the
Right.
lug nuts, and it gets weird. The Focus never had wheel centering on it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of it too, but this is possibly like the worst case of it I've ever seen, except for one special case. But you did good. You did good.
Yeah, we survived, and now we got the right wheels and tires.
And
Factory.
I actually like the Steelies and
Yeah, go back
hubcap.
to that picture. I think that might be like the most correct looking hubcap usage I've ever seen. It's
Yeah, and
just
they got
perfect.
the crowns on them, so matches.
Yeah, I have no, unless they just couldn't find tires, I have no earthly idea why they decided to change.
No, they were
14-inch.
old tires too. I think he just found those somewhere. Like they were like 2018 tires. They weren't new tires or anything.
Crazy. That's just crazy.
That's just crazy.
So
So check your tires and wheels if you
Right.
buy a car.
yeah. I mean, that's
Long
one of the
story
things
short.
I always do is like, I just take the wheels off of a car that I buy just for the sake of like, is there anything weird going on under here? Because, yeah, it is one of those places where people cheap out on stuff.
It's also like the sort of most important part of a car.
Right. As long as it runs, the number 2 thing that you need is for the wheels to stay on the vehicle. Pretty important. So me and ZK were sitting here like, oh, we're gonna talk about these wheel spacers, I bet. And I was like, what's the worst thing that you've come across when you purchased a vehicle? And I ran through my brain and found, I mean, on the same subject, these are the Ramp Truck's original rear wheels. If it looks pretty normal to you, look closer, because the center of this wheel is cut out with an acetylene torch, not roundly, I will add, and then stacked on top of that another piece of, I don't know, is probably 1/4-inch steel. It was so heavy, maybe cast iron, who knows? On top of that, and then they like drilled that, the stock lug pattern, and that was just kind of like friction fit to the point where I could not remove it. because the ramp truck was not originally a dually. That truck is originally a, four-wheeled vehicle, not a six-wheeled vehicle. And this was their clever way to make the dualies work on the drums that were not designed for dualies. Drove that thing from Florida to North Carolina. So
didn't the front have the washer stacks too?
The front had, much like your wheels, the like mag style lug nuts on it, and on the opposite side it just had flat washers under it to give it enough spacing from the wheel bearing, like bolt.
Fun.
Yeah, great times. So check your wheels, folks. I still think my favorite thing that I've ever found on a vehicle is this, which is the upper timing chain guide from a Nissan KA24DE. I found this in the engine days after purchasing one.
Oh yeah, they all break off.
They do. I had never found one that was still there and been riding around in the engine long enough to do this.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
So amazing that thing just chilled out in there, broken for a long time. Like, that's some serious, like, friction wear.
Nissan did a recall or something, and the fix was just take it out.
Yeah, they yoinked them out of there, but nobody does those. Yeah, it did pretty good. It had actually gotten far enough that you can see it wore down the front of the cam there.
Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check your wheels and maybe pull the valve cover. Especially if you buy a KA. I don't have pictures of it, but one of the other ones I bought, the lower chain guide had gone. It was a single cam, which are usually pretty good. But the lower guide,
that's uncommon,
broke it in half. Like, it was just gone. And the chain was just riding on the block, basically, using the block as its guide. That thing had like 150,000 miles on it. I guarantee you it had been doing that for ages. I only drove the car for like 6 months, sold it to somebody. They had it for a couple weeks. They were going across a bridge. That engine demolished itself in ways I've never seen an engine demolish itself. Like, that thing, apparently it wore through enough to cause a pinhole leak in a coolant jacket. So it dumped all of the coolant down the timing cover at the same time. Into the oil. At the same time, locking the chain up. Locking the whole motor up. It sent, like, seriously every valve through every piston. Like, it was the most carnage I've ever seen, and it was amazing. That was probably like 20 years ago, so I don't have any pictures of that one.
I don't have a nice picture of it, but I think the worst thing I found was the CRX that was actually two cars glued together.
Yeah, I think we covered that in an old man when parked.
Yeah, but that being cheating, that same car also had the ignition switch moved to the center console, and you started it with a screwdriver.
I've never had a screwdriver starting car. I'm jealous.
Yeah, the one time I got quote unquote pulled over in a parking lot in the car because the cop thought I was doing quote unquote donuts, was very suspicious of me turning off the car when he showed up with a screwdriver.
That's good. Of course, you weren't doing donuts because it was a CRX.
Yeah, I was just like. It was very funny because I was showing off to my girlfriend how, like, look, this car is stupid. Look how tight of a turning circle it does. And it was only for like 30 seconds. And he came over and was like, no donuts. Or, what are you doing? That car caught the attention of so many cops.
That's hilarious. That's good. Well, I don't know if we're going to beat story time. Did you know this show is actually about car rats? Because we sure don't. I'm going to bring everybody back down to earth, though, with the 1987 Toyota Tercel. I bring you this ad because some dad out there had some intentions that might have been okay, but fell a little short. 87 Tercel, 104,000 miles, 4-gear manual transmission, runs and drives great, excellent on gas. We purchased the car for my daughter. So it was going to be her first car. We had a lot of work done to it. Selling it because it's too hard for her to learn manual. We spent $2,500 on new parts and labor. Okay, so I'm just throwing this out here, okay? If you buy your kid the first car, maybe make sure they're going to like it. Like, maybe actually run it by them. Don't just be like, here's your car. And 2, if you buy them a manual transmission car, maybe see if they can or even want to drive it before you sink $2,500 into it, into a 1987 Toyota Tercel.
I'm also like, this happened recently, and why would you give your daughter a 1987
Toyota Tercel?
Like, this was a fine vehicle 30 years ago.
Right. Like, I understand the point of, like, you're gonna appreciate it so much more because, you know, it doesn't have anything. You'll love your real car so much. Yeah, well, if a Prius hits this thing, it's gonna turn into a penny. Honestly, you don't really see a lot of Tercels, like just bare bones Tercels in this shape anymore. So here they were, being all excited about their purchase.
They're convertible.
That's what she actually wanted. Look how clean it is. I mean, the door card's
really nice.
Door card's a little messed up, and it's missing the trimmer on the steering wheel. But other than that, I mean, it's a 1987 Tercel. What do you want? 104,000 miles. This thing's still got another 400,000 left in it.
Until you get hit by a Prius.
Until you get hit by a Prius, and then, you know, you're just ruined for life. I wish I had put the picture in, but on the 240 subreddit, there's somebody that posted a picture of a typical, like, first kid got a 240, and according to them, you know, just got a little sideways, and we backed into a wall. That thing is crushed up to the back seats.
I saw that.
Oh my God. I cannot, it just...
He was like, oh, I just got a cut in my head, or, no, maybe that was something else, but, like, it was like, Jesus.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we were fine, we walked away. I'm like...
If you had a rear passenger, they'd be smooshed.
They would be smooshed. Smooshed. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. $4,000. Then they go, oh yeah, I don't actually want to drive this thing.
What are you talking about, Dad? It's a death trap.
Yeah.
Do you not like me?
Yeah.
What do I have? I have a new segment I would like to introduce here.
Heck
On
yeah.
this 85th episode,
Keeping
whatever
it
episode
fresh.
of Ramwin Parked. It's time for cars that Kurt drove last week. And first up is this 2006 Subaru Baja Turbo, automatic.
But so
Not
frequently...
a unicorn.
What's that?
Not a unicorn, because
Not a unicorn, no.
But it is the later models that have the same color cladding, which
True.
is a good look.
We've seen this car a lot on the show.
Yes, and this was nearby, and well, I guess too long didn't read. Like, I've convinced the girlfriend that maybe she should sell her car, her Mazda.
Oh,
It's
I
got
see.
over 100,000 miles, and then I just give her the Crosstrek,
Mm.
and then I get something cheaper and just fun or interesting, just for, you know, taking Juno on walks and
Right.
tooling around town. A Subaru Baja comes to mind. Young kid selling this, not in the best shape. It had over 200,000 miles. It's got a bunch of bruises and dents and miscolored things.
But that kind of fits what you were looking for, so it's
True.
fine.
Except what I learned in taking it for a test drive is that old Kurt J. Mac does not fit in the seats. If the seat went back like 2 more notches, I'd be all right. But apparently I was mistaken. I thought it was like the Outback. It's like the frame is not the frame. You know, the platform is like the Outback platform, but the interior is like the Impreza interior.
Mm.
They've got the smaller seats, almost the same size as the Crosstrek. The Crosstrek, the seats move back farther, so I'm fine.
Right.
But yeah, I was like up against the steering wheel, and I'm like, oh, this is bad news. I
Yeah.
guess I gotta cross the Baja off my list, even if I found like a nicer one or anything.
You crossed the whole Baja?
I crossed the Baja 1,000.
I guess because they squished everything up for the bed, they just
Yeah.
kept squishing. Like they just took some more out of the out of the seat rails too.
Still, that's weird that I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the cars that make that sacrifice just have longer seat rails, so that someone just can't sit behind you. But like,
I highly doubt that when you put that seat back, it was anywhere near the back seat.
No, and yeah, I don't know if they're thinking like, oh, and then they could advertise more rear leg room or whatever. I don't know what they were thinking, but a little disappointing. A little disappointing.
Just saying, throwing that out there. If you ever run into this issue again, where it is a car you like and the seat just needs to be back 2 more inches, you can just make a couple little adjustments to the brackets.
Oh, come on. You know that's difficult. You know how hard...
It's fine.
Get out of here. Modifying seat brackets is a pain right in the butt because every one of them is at a different angle and, like, they just make them for the floor plan of the car. You know, they don't... It's not like seat just bolts to floor. It's like seat bolts on the tunnel, seat bolts on the side, seat sits on the flat on the ground on one side, and then up on this side, it's up like this.
All Kurt needs is a big hammer and a welder. Make it happen.
Anyway.
I'm like, all right, so the Baja's no good. What about the Outback XT manual turbo?
I always forget. What's the difference?
Of what?
Why is the Baja a Baja and the XT is not a truck? Like, it's called an XT. I don't know. I don't understand.
That's just the trim.
The Outback extra turbo.
Extra turbo.
The turbo. So yeah, this one was just at one of those side of the road dealers. It was in bad shape.
This one picture makes it look okay.
Yeah,
it looks great. It's almost as if they put a lot of wheel shine on it. Put a lot of wheel shine on the engine bay.
God, I see this picture and I go, you know what? No.
No, I wasn't going to buy anything from them, but I've never driven one,
right?
Especially a manual, so I just wanted to check it out. It's fine. There's a lot of noise coming from the rear area, like the diff or like a wheel bearing or something. That went with like the faster I went. Whoop. Spoiler alert.
Do I need to put this on every one of your things, Kurt? Like, this is the last picture of you.
I do. I'm trying to make this quick. I don't have that many pictures. But also, it has... what I don't like is that all these XT limited trims have the full leather interior.
Yeah.
I don't like leather seats.
Yeah. Especially with dogs.
Especially, like, I'll put a cover on it, whatever. For me, I don't like it. But it comfortable drives fine.
It's weird that for some reason in the States luxury means leather and it's usually bad fake leather. Like, and like
stuff like
Japan,
that
I know
gets in people's brains and it's just all they know.
I have a rant about that, but we don't have time. But like in Japan, like high trim like crowns and stuff have like wool seats that are super comfy and everything.
I do not want wool seats in the South.
It's moisture wicking.
Ooh, ew.
Well, these days we have the air conditioning seats and stuff. So.
Yeah. I liked like the Elantra had the air conditioned leather seats, and those were fine. But other than that, I don't need leather.
And then finally, in wrapping up the Kurt Drove This Last Week segment.
Man, hell of a week.
Hell of a week. I drove the supercharged 1985 Toyota Corolla. That was available on Bring a Trailer and sold for $16,900.
What a
I was
unicorn.
never going to buy this car. Let's just make that clear. But it was nearby, and the guy in the comments was like, I hope somebody can come by and check it out. And I'm like, I'm that guy.
Hey, man, that sounds like a good day.
Yeah.
It was a good day. I need one of these
Did
now.
you go there in the Z?
No.
Oh, that's the perfect move.
I know. I almost thought of going there in the hearse, but it didn't have the new wheels on it yet, so who knows if I would have made it. But yeah, this was like a super clean, like the interior, it drove super smooth, like shifting, and I didn't like give it the full beans, but it's plenty powerful for how light it is. The only thing I didn't like is it had this very tiny, like 11-inch steering wheel. It reminded me of the force feedback Logitech wheel.
Right.
But it had power steering, so that was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is a nice guy. He's kind of a dealer, I guess technically, and he finds these things and flips them on Bring a Trailer.
Supercharged. So who made a kit for this?
No, it's Toyota.
It is?
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like-
it's the same supercharged
too.
4AGE ZE or whatever it is that's in the supercharged
I didn't
MR2.
realize they made that in the Corolla. I mean, it's got some aftermarket piping.
Yeah.
But...
No, this is a swap.
Yeah, it's swapped.
They didn't make it in the Corolla.
But it's a Toyota engine.
Okay. It looks a fairly clean swap, at least.
Yeah, everything was really clean and tidy on it, and had some nice wheels.
Best
Fun to
wheels
drive
ever
around.
made.
4-lug wheels. So they look a little weird on a
Yeah.
5-lug car.
I mean, these are the best 4-lug wheels ever made, and the Styrian wheels are the best 5-lug wheels ever made. So they just did it right in the 80s, okay?
So there you have it.
What a week, Kurt.
What a week!
Jeez.
I know.
proud
Now
of
I'm
you.
just searching for that dopamine hit. What's next?
Gotta drive something weird.
Yeah.
Come on,
Man.
ZK. What do you got? Show me an ad. I need an ad.
Oh, well, I got for you this week. I picked a theme.
Oh, God.
Let
Let me get
let's
a
just
shrink.
oh no, wait, this is part it's that first hit of the theme. If it's drugs. But we'll start off with the good ones. Like this 13B Turbo B2200.
Yeah.
Powers sent this to me.
Need it. I want a rotary
need
truck
it.
like no tomorrow.
Oh god, and I don't know what it says. It says if needs to program it. So fine, I'll figure it out. I
It's a
don't care.
rotary.
Give me
You
this.
throw
It's a
fuel
13
in it, you throw oil in it, it burns both of them, and you go scoot, 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 scoot.
in a truck. It's so good.
I'm down.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. Oh, those speaker adapters. Good lord.
That's
Was that chestnut?
They also put a fuel cell in the back.
Of course
which
they
is a choice.
I mean, it needs.
And battery box?
I was gonna say it needs probably an electric fuel pump, but it doesn't. So even more of a choice.
Yeah, and then some access panels in the bed for something.
I wonder if it used to be
A lot
like
of-
slammed.
Maybe no, they extended the wheel wells too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
Oh,
putty or something.
because it's like tubbed.
Explained.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like the exhaust.
Yeah, that's quality. It's very rotary-esque.
God, I need this truck.
Okay. These are good drugs. I approve of these drugs.
Yeah, okay. That's your first hit. It's free.
That's my first hit. Okay. It's free. Where is it? Is it outside? Speaking of Powers, I found this for Powers. He's looking for, an interesting tow rig. How about a 1964 Dodge Travico RV? One of 131 produced. Original drivetrain, and the interior's already been gutted and ready to be renovated.
Oh, I hate that.
You say that, but what's worse? An RV ad that the whole interior is still there, but they won't show you pictures of it? Or one that's been gutted and they show you pictures of it. This is actually a legitimately, rare Dodge branded RV and fairly complete, believe it or not.
I love the front.
Yeah.
wheel being sunken in, so you can never change a tire, but it's
Right.
great.
It's very, Jetsons age kind of designing.
Yeah, streamliner.
Right. The back is just mwah. Like that's just perfect, aerodynamic design, even though it's still a brick. It's still a brick. Here's the interior. You can see that it's a fiberglass body. And it's been stripped. However, it's stripped in a way that it's ready to go. Like everything's still, you can see that everything's not rusty and it's ready for you to build whatever you want to build in there, Powers.
That rear window job trim thing is a little.
It's questionable.
Yeah.
I know it was like painted over on the outside.
It was. I think you can see in this picture that window's broken.
Oh yeah, it has like a coating of something on it.
There's drivetrain. I think the most amazing thing about this is nobody's yoinked that 440 out of here. At least I assume that's what it is.
Does it come with a skill saw?
I hope so. Magnum. Dodge Blue. Weird. They've definitely done some work to it. Like, that's aftermarket. Like, somebody's been in there messing with the radiator, the core. I mean, we're talking project here. We're talking, you're building something from scratch.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but I've looked at like RV parts, like say one of those like all-in-one shower, like bathroom unit things. You can't buy them. Like
Weird. So
yeah,
you'd have to buy
like,
another RV and like sacrifice it to build this.
But then I don't know. It's got to be something like, unless you're a dealer with like the special catalog, they just don't advertise or sell it to people. But like a lot of those like
they don't want people doing it. Are you saying this is Big Camper? Listen, those Camping World stores are sus. Like, they are too big. There's some dark money going around.
I'm curious what those handles on the front are for. Hitchhikers?
Good point. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't open. It's not like a door or anything.
Or does it?
Yeah.
So you can change the windshield wipers.
Right. I was honestly thinking that they're handles so you can climb up there to like service the windshield.
The windows, yeah.
I just think it's neat. Powers won't actually buy this. He's lost all his adventure. Gotta call him out. Kurt, what else you drive this week?
I did not drive. Oh, that's right. Oh, I had a whole wait.
Oh.
Hey, Cone, what's your favorite video game that is racing oriented?
Assetto Corsa.
A Forza Horizon, that's right. How about a 1989 Leforza SUV for $4,000?
The hell's a Leforza?
It's a Leforza. It's your favorite video game. This person has had it for 6 or 7 years. That's why you've never heard of it. He's hoarding them. Needs the space.
He's hoarding
truck.
it.
Built like a tank. Do your homework, Cone. Do your homework.
Oh, okay.
If you know what Leforza is and want one, call me.
It certainly sounds like and looks like something you would find in, like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto as a nondescript SUV.
Yes, exactly. It is a very Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, it it looks like a kit car, but an SUV.
It's a legally distinct Mitsubishi.
With a 450 in it. Okay.
Very strange.
Very strange. Very
Good old
strange.
dual throttle body thing.
Mm-hmm. That's not the original.
Bigger
engine.
than I thought it was.
Hold on.
This is
Apparently, Doug DeMuro's done a video on one of them.
You're kidding me. Oh, well. Yeah, this is
like a
definitely not the original engine.
It could have. It had many engines options.
Oh.
You had an Alfa Romeo V6. You had the Ford 302 Windsor V8. You had a Vortec.
Who made it, though? It is a kit car?
No, Leforza. Rayton Fissore Magnum. Italian designed.
I could tell it was Italian when we first looked at it.
It was first intended for military and police use. Inspired by the Maserati Biturbo. Well, that means good things.
Great.
Yeah, it's just a weird, like, one of these guys is like, I am a car company now.
This interior is not what I expected.
No.
It's great. I love it.
It is actually pretty good.
It's a sumptuous Italian leather interior. Sumptuous.
Even their integration of like the modern touchscreen is good. Like, this is a lot better than I was expecting, Volkswagen style kit car. Huh.
Got a stack of business cards? What is that? Give me weird perspective vibes.
For
like
Leforza.
Oh, okay.
You got to hand out your card every time somebody's like, what the hell is that?
Huh. You know how to find them.
I have found something here.
In a weird way, it reminds me of like the LM001. I wonder if it was built for the same
Right.
purpose.
Same like contract or something.
Yeah. where it was like this quote unquote military vehicle that they didn't get the contract and they made a couple of them, but because they were expensive, they had really nice interiors.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
What a weird. What a weird. What a weird. Joying.
Not even a name brand.
Nah, that's Amazon. Leforza.
It looks like it's missing headlight surrounds, but
Yeah.
I don't mind the way it looks in general. It
It's
gives me
not
weird,
bad.
like Land Rover vibes, kind of.
Yeah. It's of the era.
Yeah.
I would believe this is a real car.
You sure it's not like a dolly rendering?
Leforza.
Leforza.
Thing that exists. Now you know.
Could have had it with an Alpha V6. That would have been the real nugget right there.
Okay, so now that you're hooked, we're going to go and move along the...
I got
Drugs.
my spoon.
What do they call it? What's the word? Gateway drugs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to get you into the 1996 Lincoln tow car Rolls Royce. Trades. What's out there? Low miles on this Rolls Royce conversion. I no longer party like I used to. To avoid DWIs, I would hire driver for the night. Very responsible person.
Mm-hmm.
He gets props for that.
Okay.
Have over 30K invested in it. Fun personal toy. Can make money also. Make offer. Don't be scared.
Sorry, when he said what's out there, I just imagined somebody peeking out of their curtains after they hear a sound outside in the bushes. What's out there? Don't be scared.
I hope it's not this.
Yeah.
It is a limo.
Of course. So it's a town car limo.
Done up as a Rolls Royce.
Oh
He had
my
been on it.
god. I haven't seen this in so long.
What, just your basic Photoshop filter?
Yeah,
or
just
whatever?
like this filter was everywhere in 2003.
I don't. What something about this gives me that vibe of like the pickup trucks with the airbrush pickup truck, like itself on the tailgate or something.
Right. Now they need to take
like-
this and have this airbrushed onto the side of the limo.
Exactly. Or sometimes it's like the woman with the abnormally long arms. It's got a Rolls Royce badge. Trademark
And grill?
infringing or something.
And grill, yeah.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that not the full grill?
I think that's the full grill.
The hood ornament.
Mm-hmm. And the inside's a limo.
This is how limos look on the inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deflated balloons, questionable stains,
Empty water bottles.
empty water bottles, old, like, super old TV that doesn't play anything anymore. Yeah.
Fingerprints on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. A phone, a corded phone on the tunnel.
Digital dash. Still comes with glassware.
Hey, you know,
And a phone to talk to the driver, maybe?
maybe.
That
Yeah,
might be
maybe
what
that's
that
the
is.
intercom phone.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
These drugs
a
aren't
circus
hitting right, ZK. What'd you say? Is that a circus peanut?
Yeah, on the seat right there. You see it?
Don't look too close. Don't look too
Got
close.
a crazy party
Yeah,
going on
don't-
back here.
Turn off the lights. Don't. Turn
Apparently, there's a
on-
Mighty Car Mods video that's out that I need to see because of something they found in a seat. So
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
People keep trying to spoiler it and being rude.
People are rude.
I can't see how many miles are on it.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, ZK. It doesn't matter.
What's that little thing on the lower dash on the left?
Some kind of security button or Bluetooth adapter or something like that.
It's just dangling there.
It's just dangling. Oh,
There's
your
your
classic.
underglow controller
Yep. Classic.
and some party cups.
Ready to throw a party.
Value added.
This car is making me bite my nails.
Look at all these stains. Like it's just like yellowed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this has been smoked in with anything that can be smoked.
Mm-hmm. And then the different colors of tint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that one window so weird? Like,
It's just a different tint that I don't know. Maybe they redid it at some point and didn't care like the rest of the car.
Whew, all right, let's get out of there. I think I have for you a somebody that has no intentions of being funny. This is a 1953 Ford Econoline van. I posted this several months ago, but had surgery and could not reply to all the posts. At the time, I was asking for $100, but given the number of responses, I will open the bidding. It will be a bit challenging to get a flatbed to load this up, but I'm finally assured that the driveway and path over there are clear. So the property's been sold, and this thing's still here, and they are opening the bidding for this 1953 Econoline that they say it's an inline six and ran when parked over 30 years ago. No humor intended.
I'm dead serious.
I am dead serious. This ran when parked.
Uh-huh.
Yep. It's not funny. That's just true. There it is. Yoink it out of there.
How much of that is poison oak?
Let me see. I've been doing a lot of research into this recently. Kurt, do you know how to identify sumac versus poison sumac?
I'm sure the girlfriend can.
Is
but
it
I
all
can't.
sumac poisonous?
No, it's not.
you
Can
know?
she help
You know
me?
what I'm saying.
Because like we have a lot of sumac here, and I can't tell what's gonna make me
You see
itchy.
Dollop behind you?
Just take some pictures, send them over. We'll identify them.
Oh, did Dollop just jump out of the tree?
Oh, she was at the very top of your shelf
Oh,
behind you.
what are you doing? What are you doing back there? I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, that was my interesting Ranwin Park find of the week. That no humor intended. 30 years, more like 50 years, and you pull that out of there with a flatbed. You're gonna get a flatbed. You're gonna need a dump truck because it's just gonna be a pile.
Any day now, it'll be worth something.
Dump trucks?
The bidding is open. Who knows
Bidding
what
is
it's going
open.
for.
Yeah, I wonder how this bidding is going.
What did I find that we can bid on? Oh, this is another electronic conversion.
Oh,
Very, very popular lately.
Yeah.
This is a story in two parts.
okay.
This person has a $19,000 Volkswagen Scirocco electric conversion. Condition excellent. Cylinders other. They invested 4 years to build. Professionally designed. Onboard components include all these things. The charging system is operated and monitored by a Microsoft Surface laptop included with sale. Ooh. We got cats who
I
are
don't know what she's doing.
going crazy.
I don't know. She really, really is interested in this electric Scirocco, apparently.
Yes.
Please don't destroy that. That's like, they didn't make a lot of those.
Oh, I thought that was a cat tower, but no, that's a shelf.
No, the cat tower is like right there.
Ah.
But no, we want to be up there. What are you doing? Okay. I'm sure you can't hear it, but she's just like making all the squeaks and. All right. Well, that's apparently over. So, electric Scirocco's.
Electric Scirocco. You've got some nice graphics.
Electric.
I hate those LEDs.
Yeah, the LEDs, the wheels, and the electric badge are the only bad things about this, I feel.
Mm.
The wheels aren't that bad.
They're not good either.
Oh, they're not great.
I feel like a Scirocco is like an ideal car to electrify because they didn't really come with anything great engine-wise.
At least not in the U.S. that I'm aware of.
Right.
But yeah.
I think ours were pretty lame. Fun, but, not sporty.
This also looks recent because I think these are lithium batteries.
Yeah.
not
It looks
lead
very
acid.
tidy.
Mm-hmm.
Spent 4 years dedicated to the conversion. Coilovers.
You have to because you added weight to it, and the factory suspension probably just goes.
Wheel spacers.
Hey, those are at least solid, okay?
There's your included Microsoft Surface tablet to monitor the electronics.
Oh, good.
That's horrible and ugly. Oh, they made little covers.
That's pretty cute.
High voltage.
Danger.
How old are we?
I don't know, but we're going to Taco Bell.
Well, part 2 of the story is about 21 hours ago, a very similar looking Volkswagen Scirocco showed up for only $4,000, not $19,000.
Okay.
1988, almost perfect original condition, body only.
Oh no.
I know.
What?
I'm confused and also saddened on behalf of the person who went through all the trouble to electrify the Scirocco and then sold all the components except the car itself.
Or took all the components to make something new?
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vanity plate, and it says electric on the hood.
This is kind of sad. They should have at least sold it to Aging Wheels. Aw.
Well, but now there's a blank canvas is out there, a completely empty rolling shell of a '88 Scirocco.
With springs that are 4 times too stiff.
That's good. I'm gonna put a VR6 in it anyway. Even better. Let's put a W8 in one. But let's put the W8 front-wheel drive style in it.
Okay, perfect. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's a deal.
Hey, I know those tires. All right, ZK.
Now we're getting
Dollop,
to the good
I
stuff.
swear. What are you doing? Hold on. What is the matter? I can't get my headphones on.
So,
Okay, you're good.
we're starting to hit the bad trip part.
Oh no, the last part wasn't the bad trip.
No, that was the good part. So you know people who do this.
No.
This is a retro restored and converted to biofuel CNG or compressed natural gas and gasoline in 2015. Or yeah,
No.
CNG conversion was $9,000. Featured in Street Trucks magazine. See photo. There's not a photo.
Oh.
New leather, front 2 rows, appraised for $27,000. Sent email, blah, 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 blah.
By who?
This is a 1948/1998 Suburban. Someone thought this was a thing that they should have done.
It's like, isn't it those Thunderbirds that like they have the kits?
I think you're thinking of Corvettes. Do you remember, Kurt, did you go to the beach with us when I was in Seattle?
I didn't.
Oh, because we saw a C5 Corvette that was fiberglassed up to look like a C1 Corvette. And they're very popular.
So, yeah, they also restored it back to 2015 condition, whatever that means.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It means all this.
It doesn't have COVID? Like, what? Oh, great. I said the word. Now the video's demonetized. Oh, wait, I don't monetize them anymore anyway. They're fine. Oh, an orange crayon.
Here's your new leather.
Oh, a blue one,
maybe
too.
a Marine owned this.
Oh, God.
Here's it prowling in the grass.
Bad.
That's the magazine image, probably.
Probably.
Maybe, but they don't have the article or something. There's the 3rd row, I guess. It's just a Suburban. It's like
just a
98
Suburban.
with a weird, stupid front on it.
Right.
Like, it's not even a good Suburban. It's just like a base 1500. Like, I don't. It does look like a kit or something possibly mass produced because it fits. The hood and fenders fit very well, but I mean it's horrible, but they fit well.
Right.
Those. Sorry, I just posted in.
Oh yeah, that's
but
awful.
none of the viewers can see. But yeah, like a '97 Thunderbird, they have conversion kits for the front and the rear
Oh, yeah, very
to
similar.
make them look like Ford.
Look up the C5 Corvette, C1 Corvette one. Because it's also a trip.
But wait,
Oh, no.
if you don't like, here's your CNG tanks.
Oh,
If
right.
you don't like that, what about a 1988
Oh.
Chevy truck?
Why
I
is
didn't
this
know
one
they were
so
doing
much
these
better?
trucks.
It's
It's really-
not
It's
any
not.
better.
It's really not.
And they also went $18,000 for it. It's fresh 383 though. Really nice custom work.
I feel like the fact they used a step side is at least a little bit redeemable,
No.
but it's still real.
Look at these real bad
Real bad.
AutoZone wheels.
Extreme.
Oh, good, they stole an
pinstriping.
extreme bad.
Off an S10.
I sneezed it so bad.
And then AutoZone taillights, and AutoZone exhaust, and the interior is actually kind of nice.
Oh,
It
man,
being
I
a
remember-
basic
I-
88
yeah.
truck or whatever.
I have childhood memories of those locks,
Yeah. Yep.
door handles.
My dad had
This was-
GMCs and Chevy Silverados, and that's, yep.
guess this was-
Memories.
Pre lava melt your thigh off seatbelt though.
Oh, it was post that, yeah.
No, pre that, because like that was in the 90s. This is an 80 something.
No, I think your memory is fuzzy on that one.
All I'm saying is the 96 Buick has those seatbelt buckles.
Yeah, because the Buick, that was designed in the 80s.
Well, 50s.
Yeah. Just like the front end of this truck.
God, why? It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. And like,
why?
these trucks are still out there. They didn't even make it EFI. Like, it's still, now it's just as unreliable as the old truck, but uglier. And not as reliable as the new truck, but uglier.
Yeah. And more expensive than both.
Right.
And then they did like the diamond plate steps. Like it's probably fake diamond plate or whatever. But like I don't. The rest of the choices they made were also awful.
You know, this makes me nervous because I don't know if you noticed, but today on the Ranwin Parked Instagram account, I got a
totally look at
DM
that. Oh,
from somebody. Hold on.
you got to read it out loud for the class.
Is that?
I do like the headliner.
Should I do that? Should I read it out loud?
Little, what are those called?
Oh, little buttons.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're on couches and stuff.
I'll give you the brief rundown. Basically, somebody that I was quite surprised to hear you talk about my old Capri. Even more surprising is that I listed it on Craigslist. The second owner saw the ad and reached out with the car's history all the way back to 1982. So basically, somebody was the seller of a car that we featured on the show, found the show later on, saw their ad on our show, and then somebody found the ad of the car as they listed it and sent them like the whole history about the car. And I think that's the first case of this happening, where somebody that listed a car for sale found our show where we talked about their car, and now I'm just like, what did I say about that car?
What horrible things could we have come up with for a Capri?
I think it was one of mine, because I think I like the Capris. I think.
I feel like we generally are good about not making fun of people too much. And just,
But those trucks, they...
Thank you for watching the show. We enjoy your. Please tell other people that we do this.
Bonus car. So my brother got bit by a wasp twice this week. It's pretty crazy. Okay, stung. All right. And wouldn't fate have it that I found for sale a 1956 Hudson Wasp.
Burn it.
These apparently existed. Very rare car. 202 straight 6. I really love these kind of finds too, where this is obviously like actually a barn find when they don't really seem to care about that too much, but it's clearly been here. And what did they do? Not clean out the interior or any of this. Nope, don't touch that. Everything's fine. Certainly don't touch any of this. Don't make sure that the engine spins over, which it clearly probably does not. This is the status that Vice Grip would be like. What?
Yeah. The carb intake air cleaner things are weird.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the leaves piling up in the interior. Definitely spend $2,000 on some nice chrome wheels and some white walls, though. That's what you
Not
gotta
spring
do.
for that extra lug nut, though.
No, not important.
That wheel's just sitting next to the car.
Sure is. I assume somebody was like, I'm going to get that old Wasp running. They bought wheels and they were like, oh, God, no, I'm not.
Every time you say, like, Wasp, I just get, like, a little skin crawl. I hate it.
I hope Dux actually watches the show. All right, it is time for the best finds of the week, which means we must first review last episode's finds, where Kurt found a very, very sad Supra.
Clean title, though.
I found Kurt's long-lost cousin. And ZK found a flip-flop. People really like the flip-flop.
Wow.
This one's a blowout. ZK gets 79 votes. I got 9. Kurt got 4. That might be the least amount of votes I've ever seen. I mean, we didn't have a chance. We clearly just didn't have a chance. Let's see what we got this time. I have brought to you... ZK, this might be part of your program, okay?
Oh, yeah. Give it to me.
Let me give you a hit of this. 1993 Chevy S10 with a 350 double hump heads, new carb, flywheel. Basically, this person is selling a motor with their drug habit on top of it. Because no, they're not selling the motor. They're describing new mud tires on the back. Needs a doghouse cover for the motor. Don't worry, there's more. But if
Doghouse? These don't have doghouses.
oh ZK, oh ZK. So what we're seeing here is a Chevy S10 shortened, an MG.
Yeah, I was thinking something like an MG as the bed.
Bed.
The visualization of the shortening is that the rear tire is basically at the back of the cab.
Correct. Here's the front.
Oh.
Looks like, I think that's the carriage of a forklift, by the way, if you're curious. Listen, I know things. But anyway, there's
it's either that or like one of those bad bush grill things.
maybe, possibly.
But I see what you're seeing, though. Also, it's a drum.
There's a drum, yeah, for the front and the hood.
And the teeth.
And the teeth. Here's a picture before paint.
Oh, I guess they did put some effort. I don't.
They rattle canned it. Here's a picture after paint.
Doesn't look better.
Here's a picture of the engine.
Boy, howdy, I'm sold.
It's inside the cab. They've moved the
It's a mid-engine.
engine into the cab.
Yeah, normally where the transmission would be is where the engine is.
Right.
So it just doesn't have a drive shaft anymore. It's directly connected to the rear axle.
Correct.
Yes.
Through the transmission.
With a tiny little
Probably has
wheel.
just one U-joint.
But it's got new rear tires. All you need to do is make a doghouse cover for this, and you are good to go. Is this the kind of drugs you need, ZK?
Oh, yeah. Can feel it.
It's like...
Oh, my God. The
Yeah.
switches on the dash.
These are housing, like, light switches for the switches to run the electronics.
I'm sure
And
it's within
a
the
go-kart
spec
wheel.
and amp ratings and everything.
Yeah, like a drag racing or go-kart wheel. And then, I mean, it's good to know that they at least kept everything nice and true in this build, as you can tell by the level over here on the floorboard.
That's a structural level.
Probably. I can't. I just can't. I can't even. This is... And of course, they got like casting numbers of the engine, because what they're actually selling here is an engine after they realized that once the drugs wore off, nobody wants this thing. So there you go. The drugs hit. Fun.
You know what's in right now? Hearses. They're all the rage. And you can have a 2008 HHR. What's that, ZK?
I've seen so many hearses recently.
It is weird. It is that weird effect of like you buy a car, you see them all the time. You wouldn't think that happened with a hearse, though.
Did you know that Kelly Blue Book on this is between 5,000 to 5,500?
Kelly's
They
drunk.
have at least 5,000 in the custom work. If you can buy one and do something for cheaper, then go for it, jerks. They're asking 6,000. They just want something different.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
So
Honestly, if you took off the little hood scoop, it'd be a lot better.
Fair.
there's a few things that would make it a lot better.
The
But
wheels would also be like the factory. Oh God,
Exhaust.
the exhaust, the bow tie exhaust.
we're taking a hearse and converting it to something more useful. This person took an HHR and converted it to a hearse.
They didn't really
Quote,
convert it. It's just a panel
No.
HHR.
True.
With some bits stuck onto it.
But
Okay, the
maybe
girlfriend
they
needs
camp in
that.
it too.
Bed mat. What is that? It's like a foam mat? Like,
Yeah.
It just looks like a piece of 2x or like a plyboard.
Right, with a
this
blanket nailed to it.
wrapped around it. Yeah.
And also the anatomy of this skeleton. Like, how tall is this body? The proportions are
It's got
okay.
a little. You can see a little coffin-shaped. I
Drink
don't know what
holder?
that is. Drink holder
Yeah.
and or subwoofer box. I don't know.
I don't know.
kind of cute.
This is a
Uh,
confusing picture because it looks like the car is parked in like a
In-
Pier 1 Imports.
Yeah,
or
it's like it's
something.
parked inside a Home Depot. How did this happen?
Yeah,
Does that store even exist anymore?
probably. I don't know. I've not been outside my house in years.
You drove 3 cars this week.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if my dad's gonna like it. He loves panel HHRs.
I do too, but like, not like that.
Not like that. Not like that.
Okay.
All right, got my spoon.
You ready?
Yep.
That's me hitting my. Oh no.
Oh, the gift didn't work. Anyway, it was insert. Is that a Supra gift?
Is that a Supra? Oh, is that why the freaking thing kept hanging up?
Oh, probably. Apparently, our program doesn't support gifts. Noted for the future. So a '93 Toyota Subaru 2J NA car, so not a turbo. He wants
Okay.
$25,000 for this. It is currently on fire. Car had been rebuilt professionally and was not able to tell where the fire started. But I don't have a desire to rebuild it again.
Wait.
Massachusetts title in hand, fire contained to engine bay. He's a new windshield and front passenger driver windows. Interior is clean. HK coils. Front melted. Backs are fine. Selling on the silver wheels. Forged wheels can be bought separately if someone wants them.
It burned twice?
It was rebuilt once and then burnt once. I don't know if it burnt twice.
Okay. The way it was reading is if it had burnt twice. Also,
Yeah.
fire contained to engine bay.
Yeah, it's only in the engine bay cone.
No, the dashboard's melted.
The whole windscreen is gone. The seat is bubbled.
The seat is bubbled. I wonder at what point, like you would know because you're in Texas, at what point does a car fire like structurally damage a car?
So I would think if the paint has burnt off, it's not just throw away the car.
I don't
Like,
know.
just fit. Because it got hot enough to burn off paint. That's just my personal.
Yeah. Is there any structural engineers out there who could tell us?
I'm sure there is a tempering temperature, but I don't know how you would tell without.
I mean, you're
I
never going
don't
to get rid of the
see-
smell.
No, I don't see like the aluminum in the engine bay having melted, so
Right.
it didn't get quite that hot, but it still burnt everything.
This is probably one of my biggest fears of custom cars, of like, of the
look, it
hobby in
looks
general. What?
I guess this is a before picture, or maybe he's showing off the wheels that it comes
This
with.
has to be a picture of the grass. Like,
No, there's a socket wrench out there too. He just put on these new dub wheels.
oh God, with that? How many spacers are under those?
It caught on fire. He's not necessarily the best at this. I guess this is also an after shot showing you that the rest of the car had not also caught on fire.
Thank God they saved the air filter.
Yes, that survived.
I just really like that they had a picture of it currently burning.
Yeah. Leading with a picture of it on fire is great, especially with a $25,000 price point.
Yeah, on a
On a-
engine.
On a previously, like I can now see that the front core is all smashed in. On a
Yeah.
previously crashed car.
And I think that's Bondo on the filter, which is why the paint fell off. I don't think it necessarily
Right.
burnt off.
Yeah.
So,
Oh boy.
Yeah. Cars catching on fire is a custom car thing, but 99% of the time that's because of crappy fuel lines. So do your
Right.
fuel system properly. Don't take shortcuts.
And carry a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
And don't open the hood.
Although this looks like a caught on fire part, which is impressive.
No, that could have been at an intersection.
Oh, it's right-hand drive.
Yeah, it is a
Right.
JDM version.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's even.
Jeez.
Was that piece of art?
Yeah. No, the art is this timing belt that is like, I'm gonna be all right, guys.
Just the steel belt, right?
Yeah.
Also, it is weird. Like, it gives me kind of the heebie-jeebies to see like all the wiring, but it's just the copper.
Yeah. And then just pools of melted like plastic and rubber.
Yeah, like what the battery used to be. I'm sure that's safe,
Mhm.
not toxic.
No problems there.
That all just went down the storm drain when it was on fire. It's fine.
It seems like the passenger side or the driver's side on this car got hotter. So I'm gonna say you're probably right. But then again, the injectors are on the. Who knows? We'll never know. I'm not a fireman.
They said they couldn't figure out where it started.
I'm gonna say probably in there.
Yeah. It looks like it got all that.
Yeah. Yep.
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 $25,000, and it has a torn back seat.
Well, you did it. You found the drugs. You found the
a Supra.
drugs. It's a Supra. I'd love to say that's the only Supra I could ever afford, but even that. Even that.
I forgot that Kurt had a busted up Supra
Yeah.
last week.
Apparently, the Supra market's really fallen apart
The bubble has burst.
and caught on fire.
The bubble was full of gasoline.
All right, everybody, that's our show. Thanks for watching. Boy, what a ride! Now I gotta like come off the high that ZK put us all on.
Got a detox.
Yeah, I gotta go detox, figure out what's going on with Dollop left. Okay, so she's done
Bag
with
of
this.
chips.
There's a poll to vote on your favorite best find of the week in the description. There's a Patreon where you can support this show and keep it going. And there's a Kurt to go drive vehicles near you. Bye.
Tell Haggerty about us.
Haggerty, call me. You could insure my cars for free, and you can have the show, really. That'd be fine.
Oversell it.
Kurt, you good?
I'm good.
What's that like?
No, I was lying, actually. That's
CK's not good either. We're actually all falling apart. Okay, before we completely fall apart. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody.
Start
Welcome.
recording.
You son of